Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Coming back with you with another mock showcase. So this is the battle for Geonosis 2.0. So this basically takes place quite a few months after the first one from Tag Clones for the prequels. So I decided to use these 501st Troopers this time around for this build instead, just because I like these guys quite a bit and I haven't really used them in any builds yet. So yeah, but I was just kind of gonna go over like how I went about like building it. Again, some minor thing, not minor things, but like some things to think about when it comes to builds. So here we go, or for this build, I guess you could say. So we'll start first with the spires, actually. I was actually inspired by a guy named Arco Liam on Instagram with these. So basically, it's pretty basic stud reversal, and you could do this with anything in terms of rock work, whatever. But you can basically use this for any kind of like spires, even for like caves and stuff like that. It's a really cool technique. It's very basic, but it works very well. So basically, all you do is you take a Technic 1x1 with a hole in it to basically connect it into the ground here. So there's that piece, and then you use several Travis bricks here as well. Again, it doesn't matter for the filler parts, you can use studs, doesn't really matter. But one of the most important things for these spires is these wedge plates here, these 1x3 wedge plates. So I use those as well as these dark orange quarter tiles because I thought they were pretty nice to have. I bought those a while back, actually from, for a time I was buying sets, so I bought quite a few Monkey Kid brickheads, and they came with quite a few of these, so, as well as a bunch of dark orange other pieces as well. Some stuff that's actually pretty important, I'd say, to this mock. So there's that, but basically, yeah, you just stick it like that, and and then basically it's plugged into this piece right here, where it's completely using, again, let me see here, get this up here. Yeah, there we go. So you're basically using another one of these and plugging plates as well as some bricks and stuff inside to be able to get it stuck just like that. And then you of course, you put all the pieces back, etc. Just using these pieces to hide the technique somewhat, so it's a little bit cleaner. So there's that. In terms of the freeform, actually, there's actually not a whole lot that goes into this. There's this portion right here. I could have used some snot bricks instead. I just decided to use some headlight bricks here instead. It doesn't matter what color, as long as you can't see them. So there's that, as well as 1x2 bricks and 2x4 plates. Again, filler, doesn't matter what color, as long as you can't see it. And these pieces, which are actually really nice to have for freeform. As I bought a bunch of dark orange from eBay a while back, and it came with a lot of these. I never really used these before, so I went ahead and used them here, and they're actually a lot more useful than I thought. I used them quite out throughout the build to get more different angles, a more longer freeform, I suppose you could say, since Lego doesn't make these, and medium nougat as well. So another factor I incorporated was the use of medium nougat, which I've started to like quite a lot lately with it. So make sure it makes sense when it comes to this stuff. When it comes to using different colors and such. Kind of like I did with the coral build. I did kind of the same thing, but this is a little bit more random, not as organic, but we'll come around to this side and you guys can see how I did the other side as well. Again, I just used 2 plate tall freeform for this, most of it. And then we come around, I think to this side, I believe it is. And I'm not gonna flip it or anything, but we can go around here and see I used some interesting little techniques to fill in some gaps and such. So this will go right back in there. Yeah, just suppose it right there, yep. And it's supposed to, yep, just like that. So, again, even as well, including that haul was a bunch of these guys. These are only been in 2 sets in the past. So I was fortunate enough to get like 42 of these or something like that. Never had this many. I've had a few in the past, but definitely, again, it was random parts, so I didn't know what I'd get, but I got a bunch of these, so that was awesome. So I included quite a few in this build around the build, you know, to make it look pretty good in terms of the freeform. So as well as, we'll turn around back to this side here, and we'll go down to here, right here. Basically, I used quite a few of these everywhere as well. You want to have a good variety of freeform pieces when it comes to this type of freeform. This is a 2 high freeform. The most saturated of the building techniques for freeform, I'd say, out there, and it's the most basic as well. So there's that. This would be my second version of Geonosis. So yeah, trying to think. So again, here we use the same technique for this as well. And we use these ice cream cone tops, which I had 0 of. So, and I saw Arco Liam use them, so I decided let's go and try and use that. So, like I said before, I basically reverse engineered his version of the spires, and put my own twist on it. Did some other different things, and used the pieces I had, because some of these pieces are discontinued. Mainly just these guys here. These are very discontinued. So I went ahead and used these to get the different angles and such. So, and then this one, little bit blockier, but it gets the point across of, you know, it's the bigger one. And this is when I was starting to run out of the 1x3 version of the piece. So, yeah, but again, like I said before, it's the same thing. I guess I should have said the Lego math in terms of how you do it. So you want to have 2 plates, and then you want to use Travis bricks or snot bricks. It doesn't really matter, but you can do this in any kind of way. As well as, I had a ton of these as well, so I used 2, I think, in this build, but they're pretty good for freeform or spires or such things like that. So yeah, and again, using a lot of the other bigger pieces as well when it comes to freeform, which are discontinued now. But I had a bunch of them, so I use them. Say, for example, right here as well, is I use this this bigger wedge plate here. So I went ahead and did that, as well as using these guys here, which I got from Bricks Pieces a while back. Saw somebody was using them, and I thought, you know what, that's probably better than the rounded ones I used in my last build. Which you guys can check that out on my Instagram, which is the same name as this account, this YouTube channel. So, but yeah, so I just use these and the wedge plate. So I kind of use them in a interesting manner, in terms of that. So yeah, and then I suppose I will go over the circles here and how I kind of did them. Basically, I do the same thing I did with the other build. So you use a headlight brick, or not headlight brick, snot brick, one of these cheese slopes. Just put the camera down here. So basically is you just kind of slide them in, or you can have them in there with the snot brick. And it'll just, you know, slides in, and it works pretty well, I think. So I'm just gonna pop this back in here. It requires a lot of patience, because it can be kind of annoying when you're trying to do that. So there's that. And then in terms of height and some of the parts of this build, I actually use, again, the bracket technique for some of the height difference. So let's see if I can, probably won't be able to find any, but I did the same technique I showed you guys in the last mock showcase for that. So I thought that was fun to do. My last build actually did not have a whole lot of height differentiation, in terms of just like slopage or hills or anything like that. So yeah, and this build was actually put together in about 2 or 3 days, I believe. Kind of the same time frame as the last one, but a little bit more detail in the, you know, in the circles here with the you know. So, but yeah, I think that does this for this mock showcase. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comments below, and I will catch you guys all in the next video we do around here. So I will see you guys in the next one. Deuces.